Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
My fellow mech warriors, welcome back to the FedCom Civil War. This is Zero, I'm your Lance Commander, and this is Mechwarrior 4 Vengeance. So I mentioned at the end of the last episode of my Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries stream that I was going to be probably going for this one, and for good reason. It's one of my favorite ones. My favorite of all time remains Mechwarrior 4 Mercenaries, but honestly, this one and its follow-up, Black Knight, the expansion, are pretty close seconds. They're very much where I cut my teeth on this whole Mechwarrior shtick, so I felt like going back to it for a bit. Especially after dealing with all the bugs and such from Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries. I needed a break from that, something a bit more stable, while still not being as much of a pain as Mechwarrior 5. So, first things first, some backstory, roll the clip.
This is 4-1. We've sighted a second Overlord touching down. We have heavy casualties, enemy units still moving in on the pallet. Please advise.
Hold your position, 4-1. We're mobilizing palace defenses, but we need time to evacuate the royal family.
Roger, Command. We'll do our best. Who the hell are they?
Alert! The palace is under attack. All units, man your stations. Mechwarriors who are cleared to mobilize and engage at them. Gunnery crews who are authorized to fire at incoming hostiles. Area, back palace personnel, Valley Point Echo immediately.
We've got these 4 lenses up the wall. Support units. Looks mostly like LRM launches.
Sigma Lead, this is Sigma 2. Any idea what we're up against?
Well-equipped strike forces. Probably the 5th Donegal.
That's my old unit. Why would our own forces attack us?
It was inevitable. Everything has changed. Sigma Lance, form up on my lead. Central Guard is Sigma Lance leader. We're moving out.
We have the royal family aboard. We can't lift off until those SAM launchers are taken out.
Incoming LRMs, get clear. Look out! Get out of the hangar!
Get a track on those damn launchers.
I got track!
Take them out!
Impact!
Nice shot, Sig 2. All right, on my mark. You break off and head for the central courtyard.
We'll fall back and try to regroup.
Incoming!
Activate AMS!
Sir!
I got missiles
Reject!
coming in and out
Reject!
right now! Oh my...
Sig 2, this is Lance leader. Do you read? Kentares, can you hear me? Central Guard is Sigma leader. What's your status? Command, this is Sigma leader. I've lost contact with Central Guard. Any receiving unit. I have contact with main enemy force inside Central Courtyard. I can lay them here as long as I can.
Alright, and with that, we now have a little bit of an idea of what's going on. Not much, but just a little bit. So as I mentioned, this is the FedCom Civil War, so the 3060s era of the Battletech universe. The Federated Commonwealth and the Steiners, the Lyran Alliance, are currently at war with one another. And here, on planet Kentares IV, ruled by the Dressari family, well, there's a bit of a coup happening at the moment. And our character, Ian Dressari, the long-lost and long-estranged son of the Duke of Kentares IV, is coming back to get some payback.
My son, I wish these did not have to be my final words to you. I must try to make up for years and only a few minutes while this message can still be sent. I've often regretted the words that I spoke when I sent you away. I don't want them to be the last that you hear from me. I was acting as a duke, not a father. I feared you'd bring dishonor to the family name. I was wrong. You may have thought yourself forgotten, but you've never been far from my thoughts. I've followed your deeds in the clan wars. You have done nothing but bring honor to your name and made me proud to be your father. If you could find it within yourself to forgive me, I'd hope to ask you to return home. Now there's no time, because I stood against Katrina Steiner when she betrayed her promises and seized control of the Commonwealth. Our world is to be made an example to the dukes who stood with me in resisting her. They're seizing Kentares. They've sent a strike force. It's only a matter of time before they breach the castle defenses. Your brothers, your sister. By the time you get this, I'm sure that we'll all be dead. Stay away from Kentares, Ian. Your Uncle Peter commands in the 4th Davian Guard off the planet. As long as he takes no action against her, Katrina won't risk moving against him. Go to him. Live on, and bear our name proudly. My son, I have always loved you, and I am very, very proud of the man that you have become. Goodbye.
Did you find the bodies? Do we know for certain they're all dead?
Steiner executed everyone at the castle who survived the initial attack. We don't know where they're buried. We don't believe anyone escaped. I know what you must be feeling, Ian. But your father's wishes were always for honor and justice, never for revenge.
Justice? My family's been killed, Peter. All but you. Whoever killed them deserves to be dead too.
But we've more important tasks first. We have to break Steiner's grip on Kentares IV, then remove your cousin William from the throne and restore legal rule.
William.
He's only a puppet, Ian. Steiner controls your homeworld. Our forces are small, but if we show the people they can fight back, I know they'll join with us and free Kentares. So, if you're your father's son, you'll get suited up. Our first strike must be now, before they discover we're here.
Well, you heard the man. Although, yeah, his dad may have been for justice and all that stuff, but you know what? No. Yeah, this game is called Mechwarrior 4 Vengeance for a reason. So, we're going to get started here with the first mission, but let's take a look at what we got here. We got a Shadow Cat as our starting mech here. Take a look at the mech lab. So the Shadow Cat is a clan media mech. This is post-clan invasion, so, you know, post the clans getting their ass kicked at Tukid as demonstrated in the previous series. So a lot of their tech is filtered out, either captured web, battle mechs, or reverse engineered ones, as we'll see others like Intersphere Design, Omnimechs, and such. Here, this one is a medium class mech with, if we take a look at the firepower here, a bunch of medium pulse lasers on display, large laser, Clan Streak SRM. These things are basically SRMs with targeting system that allows them to lock onto enemies. Very useful against those clan elementals in the previous game I played. Machine guns and more lasers. Some decent amount of firepower. Let's take a look at the grouping here. Everything firing on 1 is the small stuff and the lasers. Large laser fires on 3, and let's put the large laser on 2. And yeah, missiles on 3. That'll do the trick. Yeah, the initial mission here is going to be on the moon, so we don't have to worry too much about heat, so we're pretty good there. It's a good starter mech, actually. It's, you know, not too... The general, you know, like, form factor isn't too wide or too tall, so it isn't going to attract too much firepower on our end. Armor's pretty good, ferrofibrous. You have, as is in Mechwarrior 4 Mercenaries, of which this is the direct ancestor, you've got different kinds of armor that you can stick in there, with different properties against different kinds of incoming ammo. So the ferrofibrous is your default, weighs less than reflective and reactive, but takes up more space on the mech. Reactive, which is basically against ammunition type weapons, missiles, and ballistics. And reflective, which is good against laser beams. We're primarily going to be dealing with a little mix of everything, so there's not really much point changing everything up. And in terms of other components we can put onto this thing, it comes standard with jump jets at 3 tons. You can also add light amplification, a Beagle active probe, which is pretty good, increases your sensor range and decreases missile lock time, so that's actually kind of handy. LAMS, which is the clan's version of the anti-missile system, uses lasers instead of ammunition. Does build up heat though, so you have a choice. Do you want something that's not going to give you heat when it takes out incoming missiles, or do you want something that is, which may not kind of go well if you have a laser boat? It all depends on what you want. Does not have any kind of ECM capability or regular EMS, of course. And you can also increase the number of installed double heat sinks in this case. And you can adjust your engine. Increasing the top speed will also increase the, as you can imagine, weight it takes up. So you've got a lot of customizability here. This was the first game that introduced the hardpoint system to the Mechwarrior series. You can see here there's still a little bit of room here in this Omni hardpoint. Clan mechs or Omni mechs are specifically special because of their Omni hardpoints. In previous Mechwarrior games, you could basically just like put whatever weapons you wanted anywhere in a mech. Now that matches the tabletop rules in terms of how the mechs are designed there, but the thing about Omni mechs is that they work like that in lore. Basically, the hardpoints on those kinds of mechs are designed to be able to accept any kind with hookups for any kind of weapon that a clan wants to put in there. So if I want to, for instance, remove the lasers, like there. So this one here is a regular beam weapon hardpoint. Only beam weapons can go into this one. Omni hardpoint, anything can go in there. Let's see. Pop those back in here. So really, these ones are what makes the clan mech special. It also makes them more expensive, as you can imagine. So that was one of the reasons why they eventually decided to go for this kind of system, and it's stuck around since then, because it allows for different mechs, instead of just being like an empty shell of different shapes that, you know, you cram whatever weapon, bunch of medium lasers you want into, which was often the case. Like, you know, people would just like empty out the arms, stick everything in the center torso, and just go at it. Here, you basically have to have your mechs follow a bit the idea of what they were designed to do in the first place, which, you know, is a good thing. Personally, I happen to like this particular way of doing things for this these mechs. Yeah, so everything is, yeah, it changed things up a little bit, so I'll have to make one slight modification, and done. Alright. Destroy Lunar Comm Relay. Operation 1, Mission 1. Destroy an enemy communications relay. Our rebellion starts here. We are going to raid and destroy the key component of the Steiner communications net. Enemy forces are light and resistance should be minimal. Destroy the 3 communications relay stations and Steiner communications will be cut off from Kentares IV. Perfect. No transmissions as of yet, so we'll drop here, move on to Nav Alpha, and blow up everything. And of course we can choose whether to go day or night as we could in the Mechwarrior 4 Mercenaries. So let's do this.
This is it, gentlemen. We're about to start a war.
Oh yeah, hot drop.
This is the main comm relay station. It's lightly defended and should be a piece of cake. Destroy it, and all Steiner communications with Kentares IV are cut off. Expect light point defenses only. Move in fast and vaporize everything that isn't a rock.
Except each other, that is.
Yes, except each other. He and your lance mate on this mission is Casey Knowlston. You'll learn to ignore him. The rest of us do. Casey, the Shadowcat to your right is my nephew, and your future Duke. Try to show him more respect than you do me.
Don't think that will be a problem, sir.
Those towers are the communication relays. We better take them out first. It may take heavier weapons to bring them down.
Alright, so save the missiles for those, I guess.
Let's move out.
Throttle full, weapons online.
Alright, here we go.
Hey, we're taking fire.
Looks like we've got some LRMs to deal with.
Target destroyed.
There we go. Ooh, ant. There we go. Take out the SRM carrier.
Must have been something good in that one.
Probably just O2 venting off.
Wait.
But try not to get too close to the explosion. You might catch some crap.
Ouch. Looks like pulse lasers. Not much punch, but there's enough of them to do some damage. Oh, stepped in some Steiner.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see, where did that tank go? Ooh, hello.
Target destroyed.
There we go.
Target destroyed.
Ow, hey, who shot me?
Omega Lance, we show vehicles moving outward from facility. Neutralize all mobile
Target
units. They might warn other Steiner forces.
destroyed.
Roger that, Control.
I
Okay.
thought these guys were supposed to be tough.
Alright, destroy that. Alright, let's destroy all those secondary vehicles before they get away. I think I got him. No.
Target destroyed.
There we go. Thank you, Casey. Alright. What do we got there? Missile turret.
Keep your eyes open and check your targets.
Alright. I think that's just...
Target destroyed.
Excellent. I think that's just about everybody. No, we got another missile turret over here.
Target destroyed.
There we go. Alright, so now we can start focusing fire on the actual objectives.
That's one.
Nice. I do like the way things always blow up in these games. That's two. And finally...
Omega Lance, this is Rathburn. We show all communications neutralized. Primary
Obliterated.
objective complete.
Boom!
Oh, Steiner fall down, go boom.
Alright, that's it. Good work, everyone. Let's get back to base. Control, this is Omega Lead. Mission accomplished.
Roger, Omega Lead. Return to base heading 175. Omega support, mobilize salvage units and sweep operational area. Window 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Beautiful run. Nothing wakes me up like a little Steiner stomping party.
I like Casey. Alright, well, we're just gonna walk our way out and go on to the next one. So let's see, we got some salvage, no mechs, we didn't run into any, but we got ourselves some lasers, small pulse laser, LRM, SRM, AC-5 machine guns. Not bad. So we didn't have any control of our lance mates in that mission. That will come gradually. This game is pretty good at introducing concepts to you over time. You start out just, learning how to pilot and dealing with all the controls that come with running a battle mech in this universe. And then eventually...
All right,
oh,
we've
hello.
delayed their noses, even if they won't know it right away. With communications cut, we'll be able to move in secrecy for a while. From here on, I want you to take a command role with the team. They need to start seeing you as their leader. So I'd like you to determine our next mission and get us set up. I've uploaded our TAC officer's operational overview. It's simple enough. Steiner only left a few dropships behind, and all but one are hangared here on the moon, where it's safe. Before we hit Dirtside, we'll need to destroy the dropships to cripple the mobility of Steiner's defensive forces. We also have to raid additional supplies from some of the remaining lunar facilities. They're undefended. The only threat to those raids are Steiner mobile artillery units. They'll have to be neutralized before we can start our raiding operations.
All right.
I've asked Carl Sontag, our technical officer, to configure mechs for the missions. Now, Carl's a good man, and one hell of an engineer. Your father used to say, give Carl 100 tons of steel wool, and he'll knit you an atlas overnight. Change the loadouts if you want to, but I doubt you'll improve on his choices. We're all waiting for your orders, Ian. I know you're up to the challenge.
Yes?
Good news. Tactical just informed me that the techs have pulled Steiner encryption codes out of the mess we left behind at the comm facility. We'll be able to intercept enemy communications. Well, some of them, anyway. We should also be able to locate other pockets of resistance. We should start getting some useful information in the next few hours. I'll keep you updated.
Hello, Carl. It's been a long time.
New people.
I didn't know if you'd remember me. I served your father for a long time, but the last time I saw you, you were a boy. Duke Eric was a fine man and a great leader. We will miss him. I will miss him. He would have wanted better for you, but I'll give you the best I can. I've modified our mechs by stripping out some of the heat sinks. The heat dissipation in this environment is so efficient, they'd just be a waste. You won't need much speed for these missions, so I've added extra armor, just in case. Not much weaponry to choose from yet, but that will change soon enough. Bring in any good weapons or material as salvage, and I will keep you ready to fight. I kept your father's mechs in shape for him. I'll do the same for you, young Dressari.
Thank you. So that's going to be our chief engineer for this little foray. So let's take a look here. Still in one piece. So now we can start swapping out in and out things depending on the available tonnage, of course. Is there anything we really want to change out here? Not really. These clan machine guns are what? How much do these things weigh? It doesn't say just here. Well, in any case, they're much lighter than the regular ones here. I think they're just 1 ton versus the 2 for near sphere versions. In any case, we won't be making any changes to this thing right now, but it is good to know that. Oh, also, we can change, of course, the camouflage on all these things if we feel like it. Let's see. Steiner? Nah. We're definitely not going for Steiner. Perplexed. Thanks. Twirl. Yeah, it kind of works. Zigzag. Let's see, is there a... Let's see, is there a good... it's just Steiner. There isn't a good Avion version of that. No. Alright. Let's see. Let's find ourselves... No, not that one. Let's find ourselves a good moon camo. That'll do. Alright, so next mission. Destroy SCUD convoys. Steiner's moving missile vehicles through our operational area in preparation for an attack. Sweep the area and destroy the Steiner launch vehicles. The vehicles will be escorted, and this escort may include enemy mech forces. Good. I've been waiting to kick some mech ass. Let's see here. Information. Destroy all the convoy vehicles there. 2.5 points possible launching.
This is Omega Control. Omega Support, stand by position. Omega Launch, the mobile launchers you need to neutralize should be somewhere in the ravine. You may encounter them at any point along your sweep pattern, so maintain active radar and move to nav point Alpha. Sweep and destroy any units you encounter in the ravine.
Roger, Control. Moving to nav point Alpha. Roger, Control. Radar active. Display set to maximum range. We'll run the pattern and ice anything we find.
Good luck.
Alright.
Thanks, Major. Lieutenant Jasari, let's do it.
Roger that, Omega-2.
Omega-2 being in this case. Ah, there we go.
Roger that. Gonzalez.
I was just about to introduce him. This is Jules Gonzalez, one of our many
Sensors
lance mates.
Online. Weapons systems online. All functioning systems nominal.
Alright, so let's go. And Alpha. Oh, and we got Swiftwind.
Sir, I've got a visual on a mech. Must be an escort. Let's take him out.
Get. Hey. There's the mech. Where do you think you're going, huh?
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Scratch one launcher. Let's nail the other one.
Looks like they got a lot of ammo on board those things. We better stay clear of the blast or we may take some damage.
Yeah, just noticed that. Alright, there's no Cyrus. Shadowcat's a fast one. Of course, fast mechs are hard to hit. Got any tanks? Take out that vedette. Oh, he's about to go critical. Boom. Oh, where does he think he's going? Yeah, he's barely an issue on this place.
Destroyed.
There we go. And kablamo. Alright, let's go take out the rest of these guys. Where do you think you're going, huh?
Nav point Alpha reached.
How about you, huh?
Target destroyed.
Alright, next, Nav Beta. So for now we still can't... Ah, there we go, there's the artillery loader. So for now we still can't control this guy, but we will pretty soon. Like I was saying, this game does a very good job of introducing its concepts fairly quickly. This planet, you don't have to worry about this moon here. You don't have to worry about heat very much. And the enemies are...
I've got a contact ahead, sir.
Fairly inoffensive, all things considered. Alright.
Nav point Beta reached.
So it's a good way of getting some practice in before the main course.
Target
now it gets interesting.
Destroyed. Enemy detected. Target destroyed.
Alright, that's it for the SRM carrier. Oh. Careful. Take that out. Boom! That's the other artillery. Oh, but I think that one's another one. Don't want that one getting away. Where do you think you're going, huh? There we go. That's it for the SCUD launchers. Now. Right on target. That's why I like those streak SRMs. And we'll stay out of the way of my missiles. Oh, no more ammo for that. There we go.
Roger, Gonzalez. I think we got them all. Control, this is Omega 1. We've run the pattern. All units neutralized.
Roger, Omega 1. Good work. Return to base. Omega support begins salvage operations. See if there's any ammo to recover. Carl can use anything we can possibly repair. Window, 3 hours.
Alright, simple enough.
Roger, Control. Starting salvage operations.
Epsilon 2 sweeps complete. You're clear to begin operations at Thorless Basin.
Roger, Control. Moving out.
Good work, Lieutenant. Pleasure working with you.
Same here, Gonzalez. I'm happy with any mission I can walk back from.
Roger.
And I'm glad you don't take it really personally that I accidentally shot you with a missile that you walked in front of. Oh, okay, and we got one of the Osiris. Nice. As well as an ER small laser, LRM-10. Ooh, Ultra AC. Oh, it's an AC-2, but still, not bad. Right.
Yes? It's Jules Gonzalez. Good work out there. Keep it up. I talked with Colonel Sharp. He said you were blooded against the clans. Guess that means you've seen heavy action.
I saw my share.
That's good. Because what we've run up against so far is minor compared to what we'll find down in Kentares. And that's straight from the Colonel. I just didn't want you to thinking it was always going to be this easy.
I figured.
Maybe we'll live through this.
Young Dressari, just so you know, I have adapted the gear you brought in as salvage for use with our mechs.
Good work.
It's nice equipment. Steiner shops well. Once we get planetside, there will be more. And more need of it.
Hey, Ian.
Hey.
I was surfing the airwaves and thought you might enjoy this. Sounds like some kindred spirits down on Kentares.
This is the voice of freedom. The oppression of the illegal Steiner occupation force does not go unchecked. Across our planet, small patriots are struggling to overthrow the Steiner tyrants and their puppet billionaires. Do not be fooled by Steiner's propaganda. Their claims that yesterday's communications interruption was the result of an inconvenient mechanical failure are lies. The military and defense networks were neutralized by one of the many resistance rising at Steiner. Take heart, loyal citizens. Enemy invaders on our soil are not as powerful as they would have us believe.
Not exactly the best comms equipment on the rebel side, but it's nice to see we've got some friends down there. So that was Casey, the guy we were with on the first mission, and the other guy before that was Jules, who we just finished doing with. I do like the lance mates in this game aren't exactly the deepest of characters, but they're fun. They're not particularly obnoxious characters, so that's always good. And they have their own distinct personalities that do affect them in certain ways, so that's always nice. I will say the FMVs in this game that we've seen, like the primary intro. These little ones are super compressed and off in the corner there, so it's hard to tell if they're quality. But I do like the fact they take themselves relatively seriously, and it's nothing particularly cringeworthy, even at this late date when the FMVs are no longer really the thing that people use anymore. I will say, if during like the 90s, early 2000s, there had been a TV show like a sci-fi original or something that did things in the same style as that initial intro cutscene for Mechwarrior 4, that would have been pretty awesome. I would have watched that religiously. But continuing where we left off, Dropship hunt, destroy Steiner dropships. We have an opportunity to cripple Steiner's activities on and around Kentares IV. 3 dropships are preparing for takeoff. If we strike quickly, we can deliver a decisive blow. Be careful if they get powered up. Dropships can be devastating. Yeah, I know that. Target mobile APUs and to slow down their launch procedure. Also, their engines are vulnerable to attack. Yeah. Attacking a dropship's, main ball, especially these Overlord ones, you're not going to get much luck there. So there'll be 3 of them here. But if you take out the APUs, which are helping power the thing up, then at least they won't be able to bring their weapons online, which is going to be good. So let's see. We also have the Osiris if we want. Let's go check it out. So yeah, here's our Shadowcat, and this one's the Osiris. This one also has jump jets, and this one can have a regular AMS, because as you can see from the info on this one, is there a particular information thing? Okay, there's no info telling us specific info, but this one is an inner sphere light mech. Not exactly very useful to us because we're already on a medium, but if you want something with some decent acceleration, it's pretty good. As far as weapons go, let's see, it comes with short-range missiles, machine guns, medium lasers, medium lasers, medium lasers. Yeah, we can basically strip this thing for parts. Not likely to be using it. Alright. And dropship hunt. Let's go.
Control, this is Omega Lead. We're in position and moving towards the target.
Roger, Omega Lead. Omega forward. Move out and see what intel you can get on the dropship positions.
Affirmative, Control. We'll move in on the dropships and report back.
Roger, forward 1. Okay, Ian, we've given Steiner a bloody nose. Time for some broken bones. The 3 dropships we need to destroy are at nav points Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. Taking them out is the key to our entire operation. Ignore the gantries and go for the 3 APUs at the base of each dropship first. It will slow down their startup procedure so we can destroy them before they get their weapons online. Once we disable their APUs, we'll go for the engines, which are their true Achilles heel. Heading for nav point Alpha. Luck.
Sensors online. Weapons systems online. All functioning systems nominal.
Alright, let's go blow up some dropships. And already targeting one of the APUs. Perfect.
There's the Alpha launch site. Take out the APUs as soon as possible. If the dropship powers up, it'll bring its main guns online.
That one's almost done. Come on.
That's the first one. 2 more to go.
Nav point Alpha reached.
One more left.
Target destroyed.
Alright, where's the other one? Right here.
That's the last APU. Concentrate fire on the dropship engine, but stay clear. We don't want to get caught in the blast when it goes.
Oh, yeah, good point.
There it goes. Outstanding.
Boom!
Let's get moving. We've got 2 more to go, and the other dropship sites will have seen the blast.
And I suppose there's a mobile control station somewhere. That's that. That's one. That's 2. The other one's right behind this tower. Come on, come on, come on. You do not want to be this close to a goddamn dropship. Alright.
Target destroyed.
Kaboom! There's the last one.
Destroyed.
Alright. Come on. If I can get these things off quickly.
Target destroyed.
At the plus side, destroying them right away does in fact slow down the charge rate, so... There we go. Alright, so we no longer have to worry about the dropships opening fire on us.
That's it. Good work, Ian.
Nice.
Control, this is Omega Lead. Mission accomplished.
Roger, Omega. Congratulations. All units, mission accomplished. Omega,
Bastards
return
never
to
knew
base
what hit them.
170. Salvage, mobilized for recovery operations. Window 4 hours. Omega forward, stand by for security patrols on arrival salvage. Control out.
With those dropships destroyed, Steiner won't be able to effectively counter our attacks on Kentares. This was a tough mission, Ian.
Not really.
It was an honor to fight by your side.
Thanks, Uncle Peter. I mean, it really wasn't that difficult when I concentrated fire on nothing but the APUs. Alright, so we got ourselves a Hellspawn. That's pretty good. And let's see, medium lasers, pulse lasers, Ultra AC again. Replacement clan machine gun if ever mine gets blown off. That's always good.
Yeah. Nice moves out there today, Ian. I guess Steiner forces will be doing a lot of walking now, right? Anyway, welcome to the team. Since we're going to be fighting together, there's something that I have to tell you. I can juggle. Once you're a Duke, will you be accepting auditions for Court Jester?
I'll keep you in mind, Casey.
I do look good in one of those funny hat things.
You would.
Think it over.
Ian, we intercepted an important communication. I wanted you to see it. This is the face of our enemy, Lord Marcus Roland, the planetary governor appointed by Archon Catherine. We intercepted this message about an hour ago.
I've already assembled the text, but I will not send up this dropship without a military presence. I don't think it's a technical problem we're facing.
It doesn't sound very manly.
Don't think,
Major.
Just do it.
Next is Major Vanda Castro, Roland's adjutant. We don't know much about her yet. Castro was apparently appointed to Roland's staff only a few months ago. I can tell you this, she's dangerous.
I've seen the reports. Organized resistance has steadily increased since our occupation, not diminished. We have to consider the possibility that communications were cut off in preparation for additional strikes.
You can't seriously believe that our resources on the moon are in any danger. Scattered thefts and minor acts of sabotage are hardly organized resistance.
Just call one of your attack dogs and have a lance released to my authority.
Very well. I'll pass your request down to Burke and Culin. Perhaps one of them is in a charitable mood.
Well,
interesting transmission. Apparently Roland and Castro are not working together very well. We may be able to exploit that. The intercept also gives us a new deadline. Steiner has an additional dropship somewhere. If Castro gets troops, she can have them here in a matter of hours. We need to secure our supplies and move the operation to Kentares IV ahead of schedule.
So, what's the plan?
Well, I'll take Gonzalez and lift off in Dropship 1 and see if I can slow down Castro. I'm giving you Casey and Jen Mechwarrior, who's one of our best. You take the supplies in Dropship 2 and establish a beachhead in the Arctic. Elise Rathburn, my tactical officer, will go with you. She's the brains behind this operation, Ian, so rely on her for your operational planning. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. You've proven yourself an able mech pilot and gunner with a solid grasp of tactics. Now you get a chance to test your resolve. I've ordered support personnel to begin loading up our ship as quickly as possible and prep for liftoff. However, it will take some time before we're ready to get underway. If Castro is able to get a dropship and troops, she'll have located us already. So far, scans are negative, but she may have set down some distance away. We should be prepared to repel an inbound enemy lance at any time. If you can handle defending the ship until we power up, I'll see to the final preparations for departure. Rathburn out.
Ah, she seems like a nice lady. Alright, base defense.
Carl, any advice?
Defense missions are rough, on pilots and especially on equipment. You have to stand there and take whatever the enemy dishes out. This old man would recommend heavy armor for starters. Maybe shorter range weapons, since you can't retreat to keep at longer range. You bring that mech back in one piece, young Grisari.
Enemy forces inbound. Time to hold up our end of this campaign. As soon as I lift off, I'll try to engage Castro's ship. See if I can lead it away. That should give you a window to make planetfall.
Good luck, Peter. I'll see you on Kentares.
Time for you to return home at last. I'll see you there.
Okay, you guys done? Alright. Well, I will try to bring the mech back in one piece. So far, it's been doing pretty well. Let's take a look at that Hellspawn. This one's an inner sphere medium mech. Comes with ECM. Always good. Decreases enemy sensor range. Increases enemy lock-on time. The opposite of the B-Galactic Pro, basically. Possibility of adding AMS if you feel like it. Let's see, what does it come with? Medium pulse lasers, and long-range missiles, the LRM-10s. 240 rounds apiece. Not bad at all. Let's see. Yeah, put all the medium pulse lasers on there. And keep the LRMs. Yeah, that's a good little loadout there. There's also room for putting ballistics in there if you feel like it, or putting increased size missiles as well. And, well, you know, there's a good bit of variety you can do with these things. There's usually more hard points available for these mechs than there is tonnage available to put stuff in them, depending on the amount of, for instance, heat sinks you put into there, or the kind of armor that you put onto it, or for instance the top speed you want here for the engine. Here, this is the baby. It goes at 106 kph. Not too bad. I might actually want to take this baby out for a ride. Yes. Yeah. Well, this one's at a pretty similar speed as well. Kind of like the fact that I don't need to wait for lock-on with the the Streak SRMs, so I might stick with the Shadowcat for the time being. So, let's go defend our base.
Omega Lance, we're getting cargo secured. As soon as we're ready for lift, you need to get on board as quickly as possible. We're tracking multiple targets inbound.
We've got him on radar control. Moving to intercept.
Roger, Omega 1. Remember, protect the dropship APUs, or we're dead on the ground.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep them off you.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons systems online. All functioning systems nominal.
This is Mechwarrior. We're on him.
Okay. Got a bunch of guys here. Let's rush them.
Enemy detected.
There goes the Colonel's ship.
I hope they intercept that standard dropship.
Target destroyed.
Now, from what I remember this mission, the SRM carriers are your biggest problem because they immediately go for the APUs.
Target destroyed.
So if you can take them out... Ooh.
One of the APUs is taking damage.
Oh, or is it the LRM carriers, shit?
Target destroyed.
There we go.
This is Control. They're hitting another APU. You've got to keep those APUs safe until we're powered up.
There we go. It was the LRM carriers. Oh, and this bulldog here.
Target destroyed.
Alright.
Omega Lance, we've lost one of the APUs.
Well, let's see about fixing that.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Yeah, okay, that was one of the APUs there. But luckily it just slows down power up, it doesn't destroy it. Alright. take out this shadow cat over here. Yeah, you like to taste your own medicine. Alright, he's gonna run red. There we go. That's one. Now, who's next? Cyrus.
Omega, we're showing a clear scope. Looks like you got them all.
Hell
Roger that,
yeah.
Control. Good work, everybody.
Hey, I just wanted a ride. Seemed like the only way to be sure I got one.
Right.
I'm just glad that's the last of them. I was beginning to think they'd just keep coming.
This is Control. We've almost got full power. Omega support, get all personnel to ship. Omega Lance, return to ship and prepare for lift.
Roger, Control. Preparing for ingress.
There we go. Yeah, if you know what you're doing and you take out those missile launching vehicles, as well as the tanks that sneak up from behind there, you can get through this mission pretty quickly. If you don't, however, they're going to blow up those APUs and they're going to do it quick. And we got another hellspawn out of it. Nice. Let's see what else we got here. More clan Ultra AC2. Those typically be... Ooh, like Gauss and regular Gauss. Okay, that's going to be interesting.
Ian here. It's Jen, right?
Yes, sir.
Please, call me Ian. I was just getting set up for our next stop.
Sir, Ian, I just wanted to discuss how it went out there. You know, I don't think it was my best performance.
I thought you were fine.
Yeah.
Defensive operations aren't my strong suit. I'm more comfortable in the attack. I'm a very capable mech warrior, and if you check my dossier, I think you'll find that my record reflects that.
Okay.
Anyway, it was an honor to fight with you, sir. I really believe in what we're doing.
Thanks, Jen. Sorry, I've got another message coming.
I mean, I didn't hear any complaints.
Yes.
The flight crew tells me that we're on track for a successful polar deorbit. Your uncle won't risk communications while in flight, but he'll contact us once we're both down.
What are the plans for our first planet-side operation?
Peter and I chose to hit the SpySat launch and control facility on the Elysium Tundra. The satellite network provides Roland with worldwide reconnaissance. We should be able to evade detection for a while, but inevitably he'll pick us up. Once he does, he can track our every move. So, we intend to use his own toys against him. We hit a number of outlying facilities to stall a counterattack. Then we launch an assault on the satellite control station. We don't destroy it, we capture it. Peter's bringing in some of Carl's former colleagues, engineers who can aid us in taking over the station. Once we have control, we can use the satellites to identify Steiner targets and track troop movements.
Sounds good.
Before we set down, you'll have to scout out the area near our drop site. If any patrols identify our drop location, we're dead. We'll hot drop you prior to setting down. I recommend you keep your recon lance small to avoid detection, but that's your call. I'll upload the tactical overview for the rest of the op by the time you get back. Hopefully, Peter will have contacted us by then. Be sure to check your Lancemate roster and get me your picks for the mission as soon as possible.
All right. I'll get us set up for the drop.
Our equipment seems to have handled the trip just fine, young Dressari. I just wish there was a bit more of it. There should be good supplies for salvage here on the Tundra. Even some heavier chassis. We could use them.
Agreed.
Heat management shouldn't be much of a problem in this environment, but it will be more of a factor than on the moon. Since the enemy will be more formidable here, you'll want to use surprise in your tactics. Perhaps some long-range weapons in your loadout specifications. Also, speed will be more of a factor, particularly in this terrain. Faster mechs can handle the steeper slopes more effectively.
I'll keep that in mind.
A piece of advice, young Dressari. Balance your Lancemate's loadout with your own. You want to fight as a coordinated whole, not as a collection of mismatched single combatants. Once you've specified the mech configurations you'll be using, I'll get them set up as quickly as possible. Good luck.
Sir?
Yes, Casey?
I notice we've been encountering a lot of smaller combatants. I tend to try to take those targets out at longer range since their weapons are often range limited.
Prudent.
When I'm on Lance, I'd like you to consider me your official sniper, sir. Okay, maybe not official, but I'd like to be outfitted for longer range engagements. It's a tactic I use a lot and heartily recommend.
When possible, I'll try to arrange for you to be appropriately outfitted for that role.
Thanks, sir. I'd also recommend that we all try to use it to our full advantage. I suspect we're going to be encountering a lot of smaller craft in this environment. Even against mechs, you can do a lot of damage with long-range sniping, particularly if you're not in a hurry.
All right, Casey. I'll try to remember that, and encourage the rest of the team to use it when appropriate.
Alright. Lots of good advice from all the members of the crew there. So yeah, next mission is going to be finally on Kentares IV in the Arctic region. Again, as you said, heat is not going to be too much of a problem. That's going to be coming on later on as the things move up. But, you know, right now we're just going to be doing a little recon. Or rather, next week we're going to be doing a little recon because we've gone over the 50-minute mark, and I think it's time to call it quits for today. This has been Mechwarrior Mondays. I have been your Lance Commander Zero Sum. This has been Mechwarrior 4 no, not Mechwarrior 4 Mercies. Mechwarrior 4 Vengeance, the OG of this particular trilogy. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Ejecting.
All primary objectives complete. Mission successful.